go much further, Michael is going to play us a curtain raiser.
Okay, and for this I'd also like to recognise Rod Chambers, who is here from 2SCR. And Tania. And if it wasn't for these two people, the last 12 months of work of trying to put this podcast series together would not have happened. So what we have been doing since a program that Tania convened originally last year is put together a podcast series explaining for normal families and normal people the impact of elder financial abuse and what it sounds and looks at, what it sounds like, and what knowledge you need to respond to elder abuse if it's happening. It's a separate project we're involved with Nexus, which is dealing with, well, how do we recognise people whose decision making has been compromised? And I'd like to recognise Jane Lonie, who's also here as the neuropsychologist that we've been working with over the last 2 years, to develop some frameworks which are usable so that as behaviour changes, as people's decision making changes, we hope that there will be the training and the opportunities to educate people to react earlier to the signs of people making poor decisions. And the one thing for any with a disability services background in the room, all of this has to be done respecting the dignity of risk. So it's not about and recognising when people are less than autonomous decision makers. So I think one of the most serious contributors to elder abuse period is paternalism or maternalism. Children wanting to wrap their parents or their grandparents or the disabled members of their family in cotton wool and not respect the voice of the person. So when we're coming to people ageing in place and ageing at home, we've got to be thinking about what are the things we can do to support their cognition. And for that, I'd like to recognise Shannon Chin, who is here, who is on the NurseWatch table, and she is someone who is involved in cognitive training. So one of the objectives of tonight is simply to get people thinking about what are the decisions that we can make early that will make ageing easier later. That's just summarised in the idea of the ethics of ageing. What does your younger self owe your older self? So hopefully tonight is a chance to think differently, a chance to talk to people with different backgrounds, an opportunity to share experiences and hopefully to gain some knowledge. So with that in mind, and thanks to Rod for putting this together, we're just going to play a 2-minute teaser for the podcast series. This will be broadcast by 2SCR. It will also be up on a number of podcast download channels, and we hope that its use will be able to foster consciousness about elder abuse and how to stop it before it starts. And that's the conversation we want to energise tonight. So with praying to the techno gods.
Money Dearest is a podcast series focusing